as we join immediately with the live coverage of the men's sprint semi-finals. On the track we have the Australian rider Matthew Glaetzer and the Colombian rider Fabian Puerta. This is heat number 1 and race number 1 of this semi-final contest. So Glaetzer leading around the track now and has to of course lead out. He drew the front position there, and he's keeping Puerta up the track now as Puerta tries to ensure that he can dive down the banking as much as possible. And here we go now with 1 lap to go, and Glaetzer opens up the gas and dives down into the sprinter's line. He's got to hold it inside that red line all the way to the finish, and Glaetzer makes that look very, very easy in 10.085 at 71.393 kilometers an hour. Very rapid ride there by Matthew Glaetzer of Australia, and of course in the semi-finals it's best of 3 as a contest. So Fabian Puerta will go back into the track centre and we'll just try and work out the tactics to try and beat Glaetzer and take it to a decider. Well, the next event on the track is going to be heat number 2, and this includes Great Britain's Jason Kenny. There he is, making his way onto the track, and he is up against Sam Webster. Webster there in the black of New Zealand. Well, Jason Kenny has had a little bit of a lean period as far as his performances are concerned at world level, having been so prolific a couple of years ago in his performances. But we think back to the World Championships in Cali in Colombia earlier on in the year, and Jason Kenny didn't even feature in the medals. So he'll be looking now to get his campaign in this Track World Cup firmly underway and ensure that he is right back on the top of his performances. Sam Webster then on the front in the black of New Zealand. The rules of match sprinting are that we have 3 laps of the track, and the rider who draws the inside lot has to lead off and has to lead for 1 lap of this 250-metre velodrome, unless the rider behind decides to overtake. They're down on the Côte d'Azur, that's the blue section around the bottom of the track there. Sam Webster now making his way up the track a little bit. He's going to use the slopes that are at either end of the track around about the 45-degree mark. Now Sam Webster is looking to open up the sprint a little bit, and Jason Kenny tracking him nicely. He's got that mirrored visor on, looking pretty ominous there in second place as they go inside the sprinter's line. That's the red line around the bottom of the track. Kenny looking very, very fast as he gets back onto terms here with Webster and goes past in 10.286, 69.998 kilometers an hour. So Jason Kenny goes 1-0 up in the men's sprint semi-finals. We'll be back to that in a little while. So here's the recap. Webster looking around all the time to just see where Jason Kenny is. And then when the sprint opened up, Webster didn't really have any answer at all to the speed of Jason Kenny, who clearly is looking much, much stronger. And this is heat number 2 coming up. So Matthew Glaetzer is leading heat number 1. And Jason Kenny is 1-0 up in the second heat. So we'll take a look at that now. Thanks for all your tweets. We're going to see Matthew Glaetzer against Fabian Puerta up on the track first. Thank you very much for joining me here for this final day's coverage of the Track World Cup here in Guadalajara. Tweet me at @McCrossan if you would like to. We'll be bringing you coverage of all the Track World Cups on the UCI YouTube channel. Bring you coverage of the 3 World Cups that are coming up, of course. There is one in London, which is not too far away. It's coming up pretty soon. But let's turn our attention then to this sprint between these riders. It's 1-0 to the Australian rider there on the front. Sorry, there at the back. He's got to try and just beat Fabian Puerta. Puerta has to win this one to take it to a decider. So it's Matthew Glaetzer there in second place. He won the first one very, very easily. Fabian Puerta now leading out. As they come round with 1 lap to go, Glaetzer's really working hard, goes up and dives down the banking here. Oh, he's kicking that back wheel all over the place, but he's working hard. He's going to get onto the wheel of Fabian Puerta, who's all over the track. Glaetzer goes through. That was a photo finish, 71.202. I'm not sure that Puerta didn't come out of the sprinters line either, so we need to have a little look at that. I think the judges may well have something to say. Let's have a little look and see exactly what happened. Glaetzer was having to work really, really hard. You can see, watch the back wheel, kicks really hard there as he went round. I think Puerta may well have just held it inside the sprinters line. And we'll get the result in a minute, but it looks like if the decision looks like there's no infringements, then it's going to go to a ride-off, and it is. So it's 1-1 now between Puerta and Glaetzer in heat number 1.
Racing heat number 2 from New Zealand, Sam Webster. From Great Britain, Jason Kenny.
There's Jason Kenny, 1-0 up. Sorry to anyone who just is thinking we should have 2 commentators in the commentary box. Unfortunately, tonight we've got 1 commentator. That's how it's going to be. Sometimes we'll have guests on these Track World Cups. But we'll take a look here at Jason Kenny, and also up here on the track, Sam Webster, a member of that Team Sprint World Championship team from New Zealand. Jason Kenny looked rapid in heat number 1 of this ride-off. He looks a lot more confident. He's been working hard during the summer in the build-up to these Track World Cup competitions. Was extremely disappointed with his performances in the World Championships. Just could not get on form at all. But he looks to have a little bit more zip back in the legs. Sam Webster looking stealth-like in second place there. The bikes of the New Zealand team and the British team looking more and more closely resembling each other all the time. An awful lot of work being done on the technology. The New Zealand team have now got their new facility, their indoor velodrome. Nice to have Laura Trott's dad joining us on Twitter this evening and tuning into the coverage. Letting us know that he met Margosata Wojtyra the other day. She rode Revolution in London, the Revolution series. Jason Kenny then, is he going to dismiss Sam Webster here? 2 laps to go. He's 1-0 up. Webster working hard. Second place here as he goes right to the top of the track. He's going to use the bank into very, very good effect here. He's going to get onto the wheel of Jason Kenny, and he's going to try and drag race past him. Kenny looking rapid, leading through there. Hits the line in 10.154. Jason Kenny's back on form, 70.908 kilometers an hour, and he will go through to the final to ride against Matthew Glaetzer or Fabian Puerta, and he'll be extremely pleased with that performance. Just looks to have that zip back in his legs that he had around Olympic Games time. See the acceleration on the bike. Webster working really hard, rocking and rolling, trying to get on terms, almost got there, but half a bike length, and Kenny goes through to the final.